Hey again, everyone. Apologies for that. This is proving more difficult than I realized. For those of you who are checking in now and didn't watch the first half of this video, on my way through California, Fresno, 1/2 mile, on my way to LA from my friend's place in Seattle. And I was just reflecting on how crazy it is that, literally the worst thing in the world, genital mutilation, and no one has kind of stepped up. The genital mutilation of children, the most pleasurable part of your body, of the most sophisticated organism that we know of in the universe, human beings, is literally being tortured and ripped to shreds and turned inside out in an excruciatingly, unimaginably painful way. And then by far the worst part of the torture is that you're left for the rest of your life, missing the most pleasurable part of your body. It's such a powerful mental, psychological force of pain. It's truly indescribable. So I'm really struggling with this. I'm about ready to give up because I've been driving in semi-heavy traffic trying to prop up my phone so that I can make this stupid video. And I really need to get a new setup if I'm going to make more of these. Well, I guess I'll try this one more time, and I don't know. So, not that the video matters that much, but slipping. So I guess I really just wanted to check in and say why I'm moving to California right now. I do believe genital mutilation is the worst thing in the world, and I believe that any single person, maybe that's an exaggeration, I don't know. I believe that I can end genital mutilation. I believe that I really can, and if I set my mind to it, I believe I can exponentially increase the effectiveness of the movement. I believe it's the exact right time. It's the right, the perfect storm of everything that needs to happen is falling into place. The right people, the right technology is here. It's simply a matter of pulling the right levers, accessing the right leverage points, and making it happen. I believe that people really have infinite power if they want it. It's so bizarre to me that no one, or so very few people in the world, take responsibility for what they're able to take responsibility for. You can take responsibility for as much as you want, and as much as you take responsibility for is the level of power that you have. It's not that with great power comes great responsibility, because a lot of fucking people have a lot of fucking power and they're completely irresponsible with it. They do more harm than good. But anyone can take responsibility for everything in your environment to the greatest extent that you can. You can spend every second of your time putting every ounce of your energy into the highest leverage access point for developing yourself, for developing your power, for increasing your influence. And in the course of your life, it's just incredible what a single person can do if you spend time growing your knowledge, growing your understanding of reality, which includes values, which includes human emotions, human psychology, which includes sociological factors and business and social change. It includes spirituality and metaphysics. It includes physics and engineering and social engineering and I don't know, genetic engineering, maybe, technology. Really, it's all technologies. It's all different levels of technology that you can use, whether that's in, there's emotional and psychological technologies, there's interpersonal technologies, there's internet and what we usually think of as technology, silicon, silicon. It's all kinds of technology. And I think the first thing is always, or almost always, to develop yourself, to develop your own time management, your own emotional and mental state, to develop some discipline, to get a hold on your physical, emotional, and social health, at least to a basic level, and then to educate yourself and to really learn as much as you can about the world and learn where these leverage points are, because there are ways of doing intactivism, there are ways of trying to end genital mutilation that are literally hundreds of times, thousands of times, billions of times more effective than other ways, I don't want to diss on any ways of doing intactivism, of standing up for children's rights, because they're all better than nothing. But by really focusing your energy 100% of the time, 100% of every single day, or at least as much of your day as you can. It's hard to have that level of discipline, but at least 50% of your day, 8 hours, 9 hours every day, you should be just focusing intensely on what's the most impactful thing that you can do to change the fucking world, to end genital mutilation, or whatever your purpose is. I'm assuming if you are watching this, you probably care a lot about ending genital mutilation, because that's what I talk about on my channel, at least at this point, and I'm sure I'll branch out once we've ended that. Hopefully in 10 years we've ended it globally. It's my goal. I think that's completely doable if we, I focused on myself first in trying to develop this mindset, this way of being, this way of acting, and learning everything I can think of. I mean, I have 1,000 different strategies. I know I could save, single-handedly, I could certainly save millions of children from genital mutilation, but moreover, I can teach the strategies that I'm using to other people. I can teach anyone to save millions of children from genital mutilation. I can teach thousands of people how to save millions of children from genital mutilation, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes is creating a system where you can then scale these things that you learn on your individual, on your own personal level. So you educate yourself first. You get your own health in order. You get your own life in order. You find your own sort of personal leverage points. What motivates you? What drives you? What makes you feel powerful? What makes you feel alive? And what's your specialties? What's your most powerful point of impact? Because for some people it's different things. I mean, for some people it's, for example, my friend Brendan Murata, he's a filmmaker, and so that's what he started with, was making this film. That's really how he got his foot in the door. That was kind of his personal superpower, and then he branched out from there. But whatever your God, this guy's tailing me so close. I do not like driving in California so far. It's pretty fucking scary. Holy shit, this guy's going at least 90. He's going like 95, 100. Jesus. I'm going 85 just to like get out of his way. All right, gonna slow down now. Sorry, this is I've had way scarier moments than that on this trip, so no worries. No worries, brother. California, hey. I like California. Wow, these people are driving. Can I drive that fast? Am I going to get pulled over if I do that? There's like signs that are like, we have what's it say? Aircrafts are monitoring your speed. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like drones? Are there planes like flying over my head? There's like all these signs that say like radar monitoring your speed and aircraft monitoring your speed. Like, Jesus, I'm terrified that I'm going to get a ticket. So far I've been fortunate, but damn, it's a very threatening place, California, I guess. Kind of a technocrat, you know. Anyhow, techno. There's a lot of techno, I've heard. It's like a big techno scene, kind of electronic music. It's a little off the subject. Sorry, that was a tangent for sure. Tangents are good. Tangents are good for your soul. You know, it's such a diverse thing, because for me it was psychology. It was developing this healing work, and I had to do that for myself too, and maybe it's partly just because that was my point of power, but I think it's also what I needed. I needed to do an incredible amount of trauma healing work to actually be able to engage with this topic without just burning out and killing myself, literally, because it's so painful and upsetting. I needed to do a lot of processing of the emotions and traumatic memories and thoughts and feelings, and I feel incredible now, and I feel really powerful, and I still feel really angry sometimes and hateful and whatever, but it's a minuscule fraction, and now I know I can scale that, and I've written this book, and I'm not 100% sure how to communicate this clearly, but I know we will figure it out and get the right message, the right way of scaling this thing that I've discovered, this healing work, which has made me so much more powerful, so much more able to do this work without burning out and think on this kind of higher level instead of from an emotionally reactive place. And so if everyone does this, if everyone finds their superpower, whatever that is, that's where you can start, you know. Where do you feel most comfortable? Maybe it's making videos. For me, that actually wasn't my first thing. That was after a while, and that was more to improve a weakness I had, because I'm so shitty at public speaking and thinking on the fly, kind of improvising. So, but maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you're more of a writer, and you just want to write about this and really write some really powerful, moving piece. Maybe you're good at organizing people, and you want to bring people together and do a meetup or do an online meetup of intactivists and share ideas. There's so many different ways you can get your foot in the door, and I'm really trying to sort of create more opportunities, exponentially more opportunities for intactivists to explore that in the near future. But just for this video right now, I'll just say, like, there's so many things you can do, you know, there's so many things. And if you just take a step back for a minute and think to yourself, like, what is the most impactful thing that I could do? What's the thing that is most exciting to me, most motivating, that I could do every day and, you know, get better at and get excited about? And, you know, anything you do is going to be a little difficult at first, but if it's the right thing, you'll know, because you can start to get in flow over time. As you do it and do it more and more, you feel really good, feel really powerful, just like trying to describe the flow state. Your sense of self kind of disappears. You're totally at one. You're just like in the process of whatever you're doing so deeply that you become one with it. And Mihai Csikszentmihalyi talks a lot more about flow. If you're interested in studying that, it's a really interesting psychological phenomena. But you can be in flow 24/7, I believe. You know, it's really as much about your mental state as about anything else. But certainly you can always move toward doing more flow activities and more things that you're, you know, really passionate about, whether that's how you exercise, or you can get in flow, you know, when you're running or when you're dancing or when you're whatever. I feel like I'm on a tangent again, but I'm not really, because it's so important to do things that energize you. It's so incredibly, unbelievably fucking important to do things that make you excited, that make you feel powerful and in the zone and just like in touch with yourself. It makes life inherently meaningful and energizing, and it's really hard to get into flow when you're in trauma. My thesis partner, we have thesis partners when I was in school for my bachelor's in psychology. She actually did her senior thesis on flow state and trauma, and how her hula hooping, like dance hula hooping, she's incredibly good at it, and how that was really helped her heal from domestic abuse, from the trauma of pretty serious domestic abuse. And it was really inspiring. She's actually from California. I should hit her up sometime. She was a wonderful person. But for her, getting into that flow state was actually what healed her from her trauma. Was finding something where she could be in her body, and especially flow states that really get you in your body can be really healing, because trauma tends to destroy your ability to feel your body and to enjoy your body and to have an embodied feeling of joy and aliveness. So you can get in flow doing anything, doing writing or speaking, but a flow state where you can do some kind of physical activity, yoga or swimming or tennis or dance or yoga or whatever, just anything, can be especially powerful. Would highly recommend any of those. Yoga, I know, is a huge one that a lot of people use for healing work. But it really develops you as your person. It develops your focus. Meditation is also incredibly powerful and transformative. These are some of the ways that you can really do extremely high leverage things. If you do an hour a day of yoga or of meditation, you can transform yourself so fucking fast. Do an hour a day of yoga, an hour a day of meditation, an hour a day of reading, an hour a day of and focusing really always in every second as much as you can on, like, is this really the right thing to be doing? Because there's sure a shit ton of books you can read that are pretty useless, and it takes a while to kind of figure out, like, what do you need to learn. There's so many facets, as I've mentioned. It's good to know marketing, it's good to know social change. God, people are terrible drivers here. These are just fucking, they're so aggressive. I kind of like it, actually, but it's like, Jesus, this is worse than Boulder, Colorado. That was pretty terrible. Bad place. Don't ever go to Boulder. People are savage. Is this guy gonna crash? No, almost. It's just like, I love it. All right, high wind area. This is just like desert, like everything's scorched and yellow. It's California's a weird place. There's so many different landscapes. God, Oregon was beautiful. Portland, just like looking over this mountainous, hilly, oh Jesus, and we're slowing way down again for some reason. So, would highly recommend the Pacific Northwest and, of course, California. Good places to be. As long as you can live in someone's backyard for free, because it's expensive as fuck. So order your food on Amazon, because you won't be able to afford it. You won't be able to afford anything. But do check it out. It's a good place. Good places. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a little bit of a rambling video. Oh shit! I don't know if I can upload 20-minute videos. God damn, that's so shitty. It's really Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can actually upload videos that are this long. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try. I wonder if I could put it in Dropbox or something, and then I don't know. I honestly, I'm just gonna keep going, and it'll end when it ends, and it'll maybe go up, maybe it won't. Who knows? We will find out. See what happens here. I think Dropbox would work. I really don't know, but we'll see. So anyhow, high leverage points. Yeah, there's so much I could say. I've been really thinking about intactivism pretty intensively in this way for years, and I'm kind of coming to fruition now, where I'm ready to put it out into the world and use my highest leverage point to try to the highest leverage thing of all is people, which is why I'm talking to you and communicating these things, because any given person, as I just said, is the most powerful thing in the world. But another great thing is to network, is to meet people and meet other intactivists, and kind of there's a very broad array of, or a lot of difference in quality between different intactivists. Some intactivists are really working hard to be effective. They're very intelligent, they're very hardworking, they're very critical and have a lot of emotional intelligence. Some intactivists just don't have as high of an IQ and don't, unfortunately, had terrible parenting or just, I don't know, bad genes, whatever. They just don't communicate well, and they, it's sad, but it's true. It's you have to really kind of be discerning and find people who are aligned. That's part of it. It's some people are just different because they have a different way of thinking and a very just aren't very aligned. And it's good to have diversity and different opinions to work together to find the best way. But sometimes some people are just so radically different that it just doesn't jive well when you try to mix with them, or they're just honestly just low quality, and they don't think very deeply, and they're kind of very reactive or very reactive or very negative, extremely negative, to the point where it's just like defeatist and kind of giving up, not even trying to prevent genital mutilation because they're so depressed over it, or so and it's like, I've been there, so I can't blame them at all, and that's part of why I have the healing work. It's like I want people to be able to get to this place that I am. I want to write about strategy and mindset and create training materials that can help you get from wherever you are to where I am if you want to be here. And I think this is a good place to be. I've worked a long time to try to be an intactivist who has a really strategic, systemic, broad mindset to understand what it really takes to end genital mutilation. Because it's not like it is. I don't want to say it's not easy. It is easy in a sense, but it takes a lot of work for it to be easy, if that makes any sense. You have to really understand it, a lot of things really deeply, and kind of see these leverage points, as I've been saying. Understand the system, understand how to yourself be effective in your own life, and then to leverage the strengths of other people and to help people access their own strengths and develop their strengths and work together on a systemic, create a system to address the system. Because there are profound forces that are pro genital mutilation, or at least neutral, or pro keeping the system that's in place, whether or not they even care about genital mutilation. There's just very certain conservative systemic forces that aren't even necessarily conscious a lot of the time. It's just like systems that are certain ways stay the way they are. That's how systems develop. Sorry, I guess we're going 90 now. I guess everyone's going 90, so I can probably go 90. Guess this is what happens as you get closer to LA. I don't know. We're going like 95. Like, everyone is now going 95. I have not driven in California before, ever. I have a little bit, but not like not much. Not in this area really. So this is interesting. Anyhow, kind of sounded like I said ni hao, which I didn't. Oh, now I'm driving through sand screen. So I'm feeling my energy flagging a little bit. I've said a lot of things here, a lot of good things, I think. I hope I've helped you think about your intactivism and how you could be more effective, and kind of, what leverage points you could start with, how you can develop yourself, how you can learn, how you can be effective in your own life, and then how you can use your superpowers and then kind of scale out from there and help other people learn what you have, or you can scale what you have in some way. Or I don't know, man. I could really make a better video if I thought about this a little bit beforehand. What's fun with these videos is I'm not really like I was about to say, I'm not really trying. That sounds bad. I'm kind of just enjoying. I do enjoy it though. You know, it's funny that I get hundreds of views on some of these videos because I really do feel like a lot of them I'm just like just rambling. I do a lot of work, and I think that comes through in the videos, but I don't actually always put a lot of work into the videos, and maybe I should, and maybe I will at some point. At some point soon, in fact, I think I might really change how I do these to be more strategic or more professional. But for developing your skills, you know, it's really good to be able to lay back and to just be yourself. One of the best things about being with Carter this past weekend is I felt like I could just totally be who I was. We were very relaxed, consuming substances, mainly alcohol, though of course weed, and yeah, mainly those two. There's substances that are available, you know, in Seattle, because weed is legal, obviously. So that's a nice. It's fun. You can kind of just let go and just be yourself. It's good to have places where you can be yourself without judgment of yourself. And really being with other intactivists is so nice in that way because you don't feel judged by them. And sometimes you do, I guess. You know, everyone has different opinions a little bit, but there's a real feeling of homeness, just like with intactivists, that I don't get anywhere else. So I'm gonna make a different video now. I think this one's about done. Hope you all having a good day. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing. What are you doing to be an effective intactivist? How are you finding those leverage points? Are you? Will you? Do it. Do it now. Take responsibility for as much as you can, starting with your own life and then going out from there, you know? Because why not? All right. Talk to you later.